genom att ständigt dyka upp i nya gestalter. Gärna då med en androgyn antydning och ständigt omgiven av mystik. Numera så är solokarriären över och det är bandet Tin Machine som gäller för Bowie. Den här intervjun den gjordes för ett par månader sedan när gruppen laddade upp i Dublin inför den världsturné som man just nu är ute på. Och på måndag så väntas de till Stockholm.
One drum. Go ahead.
We're band players. This is a band thing.
I don't know these guys, but it's okay. Yeah.
I'm born again. You belong in rock and roll. You belong in rock and roll. It's so tonight. Alone on the main street. It makes me feel on fire, on fire, on fire, on fire, on fire, on fire.
Efter en karriere som solist, der varede i mere end 20 år, skete der endnu en dramatisk ændring i David Bowies musik. For 2 år siden sang han farvel til alle de gamle sange og dannede gruppen Tin Machine. Barrow Street i Dublin, 5 minutter fra den irske hovedstads centrum. Det er her, den begynder, den nye verdensturné for Tin Machine.
Right in this room.
Yeah. It seems like you're trying out new ideas all the time. I were here yesterday. Songs keep changing. Mm-hmm. Is that what rehearsals are about?
No, that's what the band's about.
Changing every day?
Yeah.
I mean, that's also possible, isn't it, with that smaller format you have with the band these days, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what has been happening from show to show on the first little tour that we did, about 20 city tour. And presumably, I mean, we don't know. I mean, it might not. That's the thing. We never quite know with this band, if it's going to change or not change. But it'll presumably be different from night to night. And some nights will be really, really bad.
Not the ones in Scandinavia?
Not this, no. Except that, well, we've made red marks around those.
Okay, good.
All the Scandinavian gigs are going to be really, really good.
Why Dublin for the rehearsing here? Is there any particular reason?
I think because London it's pretty hard to keep people away, yeah. And Dublin's a pretty laid-back place. You know, they got U2 living here and all that. You know, a number of other bands and people like Van Morrison always dropping in every day. There's Van coming in, and quickly followed by I don't know, U2. And nobody pays much attention, so that's the kind of place that's good for us to rehearse.
Let's move on to your new album. So far, it's only on tape. It must be dynamite. I put it in my cassette player, and 10 seconds later, it ruined the tape deck. I mean, I couldn't get it out. It wouldn't
Sounds
work.
a bit cosmic for me. I don't know.
Is that what you foresee will happening to a lot of stereo sets when it's finally
All
released?
part of an evil plan to render the tape-operative motor industry useless.
When you recorded your first album, you barely had time to say hello to each other. You went straight in to the studio.
That's
isn't that
true.
so?
That's very correct, yeah.
This time around, you at least had the chance to get to know each other better. What has this meant to the recording, you guess?
You get to know what everybody else is into a little bit more, and then when you play together, you don't have to throw as much information back and forth from a musical point of view, and it lets the music breathe a little bit more. I mean, the R&B element was not at all acknowledged on the first record because we just sort of went in and did it. I had no idea about Hunt and Tony's R&B background, you know, so that was something that sort of came out, or their interest in it.
And you belong in rock and roll.
Thank you.
Well, you certainly do, and so do I. Will be the first single off the album, and will be a video pretty soon. I haven't had a chance to see it. Could you mention a little bit about what it's going to be like? It's going to feature that one?
Well, that actually became one of the major sounds on the track, that particular instrument.
Yeah. Damn. Okay, David, then, I mean, on Day In, Day Out, you used Skid Row Theatre, the group of homies.
Yeah.
On Under the God, you used Warstone and Cro-Max. You seem to still be in contact with these subcultures, these small theatre groups, or whatever we call them.
I won't leave them alone.
Will you feature any new combinations?
This is integrally to Machine, this tour, the album, everything about it.
Yeah.
The only outside influence at all has been Edward Bell, who did our cover for us. Other than that, everything else is very much our own doing. The video is us. Oh, well, no, I must give Tim Pope his due. He made the video for Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much a self-contained unit this time around.
Just the twinkling light of heaven, two reflections on the sparkling water, hand in hand in love with love. However cheap the things that you say, you belong in rock and roll. You belong in rock and roll. You belong in the rock and roll. So do I. I love how she moves me. It makes me feel alright, 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 alright. I'm a bird, I'm a bird, I'm a hurting. I'm a man with a beat in my pocket. I'm going down to the rhythm of love.
When you're in the studio, I mean, of course, course, do a lot of things with guitars, and I know you're a great experimenter, great innovator. Will you be able to transfer that to the live situation? Or?
Yeah, I mean, stuff like, you know, You Belong Rock and Roll has vibrators as the basic bed track. I mean, the thing that sounds like a keyboarder is vibrators and an electric razor held over the pickups. That's a pretty simple act of just grabbing an electric razor and holding it over the pickups and running it through the amp, you know, and that's not hard to do live. It looks a little silly, but, you know, I mean, they've laughed at me enough in the studio that it doesn't bother me when, like, 3,000 or so people go, "What the fuck is he doing?" You know, but no, it's actually pretty easy.
I love the cheap street in your walk. You belong in rock and roll. You belong in rock and roll. And so do I. I love how she moves me. It makes me feel alright, 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 alright.
Looking around the room, Hunt, I think it's a great drum kit you got there. Is this your basic kit?
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah. You don't require much, do you?
No. I mean, I think you
You haven't seen his rider.
Just a little food.
You mean compared to, you see
Replaceable
most
tape.
bands where they have 50 million. I'm trying to perfect playing one, you know, just a few drums, and I think, you know, once I learn to do that, then, you know, then I'll be happening, but I don't, you know, just keep it simple.
Tony, there are a few lucky combinations of a drummer and a bass player in sort of a team.
Yeah.
You seem to be one of them, to say, have succeeded as a team, even,
Well, I guess
even with your brother.
We've succeeded as a team because we are brothers.
Yeah. Is that part of the reason?
We have worked together for 25 or so years. more
Sales
years.
Brothers.
Sales Brothers. And that we are the foundation, the bass and drums of
Smith Brothers.
Heart Foundation, we call them.
Heart Foundation. And being as close as we are, well, not at the moment, but being as close as we are,
We could change seats.
we actually don't, we know what the other's going to be, let's say.
So they actually yell at each other before the other one does it and say, "No, don't play that."
Okay, and David, you first met the Sales Brothers when you did Lost for Life with Iggy Pop.
Yeah, it just happens these guys are really great to work with. I wouldn't work with any other band. This is the only band I'd ever work with. This one folded up. I would never join another band, not for days. In the early 70s was bad for me in the way that I was utilizing it, because it was too mixed up with a rock lifestyle and drugs and everything else, and it became what we call in the music business a mess. And so I had to leave that alone. We know Major Tom's a junkie, strung out in heaven's high, hitting an all-time low.
Opgøret med sine mange roller, de mere realistiske sange, Tin Machine er en klar forlængelse af den kunstneriske udvikling, David Bowie gennemgik i 80'erne.
I'm not quite sure why that's happened. I just found that over the last few years my writing has become more direct. It's something I'm not used to, unknown, and I always thought, and I still believe, that my forte or my strength is for impressionistic or surrealistic pieces of work that create an atmosphere rather than make some direct or didactic point. So for me it's a new adventure. If I'm experimenting, then for me I'm experimenting in that area, because
in Denmark, we talked about some of David's earlier stuff, and you referred to it as pop albums. David agreed to a certain extent. Could you be a bit more specific? What is the difference between rock and pop?
Well, I think pop is something that is about the fashion of the time. I think rock music, when it started out, was a pop item. I mean, it was a new thing. It was filling a need at the time. Throughout the 60s, I think it evolved into more of a form of its own, like jazz, country, or blues, or whatever. I think there's a mistake made when there's an obvious mistake being made when people start to refer to Madonna and Janet Jackson as rock singers, which we've seen on MTV, we've seen it in print, you know, and by the same token you'll see, you know, Ian Gillan referred to as a pop singer. But no, I think that rock as a form has very definite parameters. You know, it certainly allows for other genres to come in as an influence, but it's not pop music. It's not fashion music. It's more about style than fashion. I mean, style is something that doesn't have an end point, an end date.
Creative outlet, or every creative person has drawn upon their past and everything they've heard and seen and touched.
I think we all like those aspects of rock music, the improvisational factor, you know, blah blah, which might remind people of the '60s or might make it seem retro to some, but in fact it seemed like there was a conservatism that came in the early '70s that slowed everything down, you know, and people stopped worrying about you know, it became a business more, and when you have a band that takes chances, you know, that's not a very bankable item.
But you might find people thinking that you could rely on old success and wouldn't have to be out here playing this loud.
Yeah.
What will your answer be to this?
Somebody else's old success, I think. I just do Everly Brothers songs from now on. I rely on their songs and their success. Mine's all used up, my old songs. I won't do those anymore. I'm not doing them anymore. I'm born again.
Don't ask me how this ever came to be, but this is what it
You
is.
better open it. It's got a bow on it.
No, it hasn't.
Tin Machine.
Oh, that's delightful. Oh, that's great. Thank you very much.
The cake is great stuff, I'll tell you.
That's marvellous. Thank you very much. Isn't that lovely?
That's great.
That's really nice. We appreciate that.
Every good boy deserves a favour.
That's
To
lovely,
quote
thank
the-
you.
the blues, wasn't it?
No, yeah. We're seriously very excited about coming and working.
Good. Thank you. Could we just end up by having just one or two still pictures of the five of us?
Yeah.
What?
Will that be fine?
It's cake for you.
That's
We
mine.
don't get cakes.
Excuse me, Hans. Do you have
No,
the
no,
other, the other
David,
cakes?
no. It said
Tin Machine.
Remember, you're in a band now, David.
This is your quarter.
Yeah. Who'll get the flower?
Can I get
Yeah.
the bit with tin on it?
Yeah.
No, I want the bit with the rose.
Well, you only get half the rose.
I do? Well, no, it depends how you cut it. You can cut it like that.
Actually, I think we should consider the rose.
This is not
We should
that
consider the
different from
rose.
how we do our
That's center.
songs.
Did
You see, did you
we
hear
should-
that?
we should
He
consider the-
says, I naturally would say, you cut it like, look, you know, no, and there's
No, see
his...
Yep, that's right.
That's
we should
perfect.
consider the rose a separate thing.
I would cut it like
from
that,
the cake
so the
and
rose-
divide the rose into quarters.
The
as well.
rose is
so everybody
is
gets
Tim
the
Palmer.
rose.
If you cut it like that, then I can have the bit with the rose. Problem solved.
That's
So
it.
much
Yeah.
for the roses.
That was wax.
And thus a new album is born.
Thus that leaves three
Well,
leaves.
It's not that different, believe me. It's something like that. And by the time I finish talking, the cake's all gone.
Yeah.
But it was Tony.